Well, today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite topics, PenFed. I love PenFed. Great institution. And specifically, I want to talk to you about the $25,000 PenFed Gold Visa card. All you need to know to apply successfully and get a high limit. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you had to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka. Now let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about the $25,000 PenFed Gold Visa card. All you need to know to apply successfully and get a higher limit. Right off the bat, I want to tell you that you can actually qualify for $50,000 on this card. We have two members of our team who individually got approved for such high limits. The limits that we have put here on the title here, 25,000, that's standard. It depends on your financial profile, on your credit score, and all that kind of stuff. But overall, when we think about the PenFed Gold Visa, you want to think about low purchase APR, no annual fee, no foreign transaction fees, no cash advance fees, and there is a promotional APR on balance transfers. Actually, the card offers you a 0% intro APR for 15 months on balance transfers. This is really good. Followed by a non-variable APR of $17.99. Okay, a 7.49% to 17.99% variable APR actually applies for purchases. Okay, and balance transfers incur a 3% fee per transaction. So, based on our analysis, this card is great for balance transfers. Nothing else. Nothing else. Why? Because the reward scheme is kind of minimal, but the balance transfer is kind of cool. I mean, if you accept the 3% fee per transaction, this card is good. And one thing I want to say here is that if you were to compare this card to other credit cards issued by PenFed, this card is relatively stable in terms of the APR. Okay, this is really good. And the card's welcome bonus is a $100 statement credit after you spend $1,500 within the first 90 days of account opening. So this offers is a fairly small reward compared to many other cards that we have, any other cards welcome bonuses that we have reviewed on this show. So again, this is something you need to think about. So the card, based on our analysis, and I just want you to continue listening to this show if you are interested in balance transfers. The card is great for balance transfers, but nothing else. Okay, credit card. If you're currently looking to transfer your high rate debt onto a PenFed credit card, this could be a great opportunity for you. Okay, the PenFed Gold Visa is a great card for balance transfers. One thing I want to talk to you about is Equifax. Well, you're probably thinking, why is he talking about Equifax? I thought we were talking about PenFed. Well, everything is linked because PenFed uses Equifax exclusively. So you want to make sure that your Equifax credit score is blemish free. I don't care if your TransUnion or Experian credit score has some problems, but as long as your Equifax credit report is blemish free, you are safe because that's what they use. They use Equifax exclusively. It's very important so right now I want you to take notes because after the show, what you want to do is you want to go to annualcreditreport.com. This is a site that allows you to see all your reports from all the three bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So you have a clear idea of what's in each credit reports, but most importantly, Equifax. Okay, don't tell me I didn't tell you because that's the thing. You just ignore those sort of suggestions, and the last thing you want is to have your ass been rejected by PenFed because your Equifax has some issues, some derogatory items that you failed to dispute, that you failed to report. Okay, maybe you were a victim of identity theft, or you changed your jobs, or you changed your you moved out of where you currently live in, where you were living before. And those things were now reported on your Equifax reports. And this is affecting your score. So when you think about PenFed, I want you to think about Equifax. That's all. Okay, so besides annualcreditreport.com, you can actually sign up for Equifax.com. You can go to the website. They have a section where they allow you to actually check your credit score for free. Okay, so it's just a lot better to go to the source. Go to the source and get a free copy of your reports. Okay, do it now. If your goal is to apply for the PenFed Gold Visa, you really want to clean up that part. Okay, and there are a lot of things you can clean up on your credit reports. You want to look for signs of identity theft. You want to make sure that you have that there's no reports of accounts that are not yours. If there is incorrect information, make sure that your address and employer are correct. Okay. You want to verify the account history listed for your accounts. You want to check for negative information outside the credit reporting time limits. You want to confirm that all debts discharged in bankruptcy are listed that way. And you basically want to have an inventory of your accounts. Very important. Third, I want to talk about eligibility. Folks, we are still having a conversation about the PenFed Gold Visa card, okay? It's a great card. And in terms of eligibility, how do you qualify for this card if you are interested? First, you need to have a credit union membership. We all know that. So PenFed is a credit union, and hello. So really, but you don't have to have military affiliation to qualify. Nowadays, it's open for everybody. So if you're listening to me right now, if you have nobody in the military, no problem. You can qualify too. It doesn't depend on your geography, your biology, your profession, or donation. We probably have to donate $5 or whatever to open a savings account. But bottom line is that you are in. They want you to have an annual income of $18,000 minimum, a FICO score of 585 minimum. You have to understand, when it comes to credit scores, PenFed is a lot stricter than NavyFed. That's just the way things are. Don't ask me why. That's how things are done. That's what we have seen in our research, okay? And they want you to have a DTI of 35%. So when we talk about DTI, we're talking about what? Debt to income ratio. Hello. So that means what? It means that you are actually 35%. Means that's the maximum amount that you are actually taking. You are actually allocating to your debt servicing. All right. So for instance, if you are making 10 grand a month, guess what? 35% at least. Oh, at most 35% at most of that 10 grand, that's $3,500, should be allocated to your debt servicing. So you basically want to make sure that you can reduce your DTI. Same thing for your CUR. PenFed wants you to have a CUR of 40% maximum. If your goal is to be approved for the PenFed Gold Visa card, you want to reduce the CUR as low as possible. Reduce your credit utilization. Very important. With this PenFed Gold Visa, the good thing is co-application is possible. Okay, if you want to co-apply with your spouse or with your significant other, with your friends, with your relative, whatever, you can basically qualify. Not a problem. And another thing that they want to make sure that you have is you must have fewer than 5 PenFed open credit products in total. This is kind of similar to the Chase 524 rule in terms of credit cards, but when we talk about PenFed, we are speaking about all credit products. In other words, you cannot have more than 5. So, we're talking about car loan, student loan, mortgages, personal loans, personal lines of credit, personal credit cards, and whatnot. So big decision time. Let me ask you a question. How many PenFed open credit products do you currently have? Talk to me about that. Do you even have an idea? It's about time you actually calculate it. How many do you have? 1, 2, 3. Hello. 4, 5. Hello. Well, if you are a 5, you cannot qualify for the PenFed Gold Visa. Let me give you a few hacks. If you want to successfully apply for this card, there are a few things you need to do, a few things you got to do. And one thing you need to do is at least 1 month before applying, you want to try to lower your DTI and CUR. Why? Because if you lower your DTI and CUR, those two elements will have an important significant effect on your PenFed internal score. You gotta understand that you have your FICO score, right? Yeah, okay. PenFed also assigns to you an internal credit score, the same way Navy Fed also assigns to you an internal score. So if you're able to lower your DTI and CUR 1 month, at least 1 month before applying for this card, you stand a chance of being approved. Okay, so pay down your balance early. So let's say you have a lot of cards that are open, and you really want to have a balance transfer. You want to transfer your balances onto this card. Try to lower a little bit the balance on other cards so that PenFed can give you a large limit. Okay, you can also try to decrease your spending. I know those things might sound theoretical, but they actually work if you want them to work. That's the bottom line. Don't look around telling me, oh, it's all theory. You're telling me stuff I can't do. Hello, you can't do that? Come on. It's all about transferring balances to a card that has a 0% APR. That's about your financial future. Take it seriously here. Okay, this ain't no game. All right, so you can do it. You have the talent. You just need the power, the willpower to do it. Decrease your spending. Okay, you want to pay off your credit card balances on with a personal loan if possible. If not, just to make sure that you are able to transfer them to this PenFed Gold Visa card. Try to increase your credit limits. The problem is that you cannot increase your credit limit if you want to apply for the PenFed Gold Visa card, because then you might have a hard pull on other cards unless they automatically increase you. If that happens automatically, that's fine. If not, you can't do it. Okay, one thing for sure though, never close unused cards unless they are charging you an annual fee. Okay, money. So the hacks that I just gave you will help you get more credit limits, a higher credit limit, allow you to expand your spending power, which is the bottom line, right? We are trying to have a higher spending power. And one thing you want to do also is that once you get the card, the PenFed Gold Visa card, please, you want to automate everything so that your payments are automatic. Let me give you a few pro tips, folks, before we actually continue the conversation. So I'm still, if your goal is to be approved for this card, there are a couple of things you need to do. PenFed wants you to demonstrate sufficient cash flow. All right. I don't care about your revenue, your income, blah, 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 blah. You need to demonstrate that you have sufficient cash flow. And please apply at a branch or over the phone. They'll try to tell you, hey, if you apply online, you'll get a soft pull, whatever. But you want to apply at a branch or over the phone after speaking to a live person. Okay, it's all about getting an intel about what's really going on before even applying. Okay, and while you're applying, you want to say the limit that you would like to have. Do you want to have 10 grand? Do you want to have 15 grand? Do you want to have 20 grand? You need to say something. Now, chances are you will not qualify for the limit you want, but chances are they will probably give you a limit that is not too far from the limit that you would like anyway. Our recommendation is to actually be over optimistic and ask for, and really exaggerate in the amount that you are asking for. Okay, if you can actually exaggerate, that means, for instance, deep inside that you want to have a 10 grand limit, ask for 20 grand. And if PenFed sort of brings it down to 10 grand, you're still a winner anyway. Okay, so this is really good. So you want to demonstrate sufficient cash flows. Don't forget to explain why you need the credit card, or why you need this cards in the first place, why you're applying for it. Is it for debt consolidation? Are you planning a big purchase? Any explanation really helps. And you want to keep your documents in order. You want to gather your documents. We are talking about personal tax returns, personal bank statements, personal financial statements. Okay, it's all about showing PenFed that you are prepared. At the end of the day, you want to be candid about your financial condition. Never lie. Okay, never lie. Be ready to show how you can make the minimum payments or pay the full balance each month. It's really important. you want to be upfront about your financial condition, they're going to ask you anyway. They will ask you about your employment. They will ask you about your cash inflows. They'll ask you about your direct deposit and whatnot. So it's all about it's all about PenFed having a clear idea of your financial situation. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another session of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. We're also having a conversation today about the PenFed Gold Visa, and I'm just going a little deeper here to explain to you some of the things you need to understand about this card. Okay, let's talk about the pros and cons. So, the pros: you have some of the lowest credit card rates and fees available. The card has no annual or foreign transaction fees. This is really good, because some cards actually carry an annual fee, and this one does not. You have a 12-month 0% introductory APR. Okay, for 12 months, this is really good. And after that, you have 17.99%. And the thing is that you have promotional APR on balance transfers and purchases, not just the balance transfers, purchases also. So that's for actually the pros. What about the cons? This card has no rewards. Okay, no fancy perks or benefits. And you have a required PenFed membership to apply. So this is but again, this is a credit union. Everybody has to apply. Okay. And so when we talk about rewards here, there is nothing except the welcome bonus. The welcome bonus, they're giving you $100 statement credit after you spend $1,500 within the first 90 days of account opening. Okay. And other than that, nothing really interesting. I mean, there are some card benefits here and there. So you have 24/7 fraud monitoring. So activity is automatically screened for potential fraud. Okay. You have a high-tech security, so chip cards and tokenized card numbers in mobile wallets. And you have $0 fraud liability. So as a cardholder, you're not responsible for unauthorized purchases. That's all it is. But nothing really exciting here. Okay. This benefits nearly every credit card actually offers it. One thing I want to say about this card, though, is that if you use the card responsibly, you can actually be upgraded, or you can you can increase your limits, or you can be upgraded to another card if that's what you want. Okay, and the bottom line here is it's all about financial responsibility anyway, and you don't have to get a credit card for everything. You can get a credit card for balance transfer. You can get one credit card for balance transfers, another one for, let's say, cashback rewards, another one for perks. You don't have to consolidate all perks in a single credit card. Okay, it's okay to have 3 credit cards, 4 credit cards, 5 credit cards, as long as you know how to manage them. That's the bottom line here. Before I close today's conversation, I want to do a quick comparison here, folks. I want to compare this card, the PenFed Gold Visa, to 2 or 3 other credit cards, so we see how this card actually stacks up. Let's first do a compare and contrast between this card and the US Bank Visa Platinum. So if you are looking for a longer introductory APR on balance transfers, the US Bank Visa Platinum offers actually a 0% intro APR on purchases and balance transfers for 20 billing cycles, followed by a variable APR of 14.74 to 24.74%. Okay, a balance transfer fee of either $3 or $5 of either 3% or $5 apply, whichever is greater. Okay, so when we talk about the US Bank Platinum Visa does not have foreign transaction fees, cash advance fees that the PenFed Gold Visa does not. Okay, so when it comes to actually comparing the two, we believe that the US Bank Platinum Visa does win. What about the PenFed Gold Visa card versus the Citi Double Cash card? Okay, the Citi Double Cash card actually offers a 2% cashback on all purchases, 1% when purchases are made, and another 1% when they are paid off, right? And the thing is that this card, the Citi Double Cash card, also offers a 0% intro APR on balances They are transferred within 60 days, and those balance transfers apply for 18 months. So when we think about that, the City Double Cash wins this matchup hands down because the benefits are just a lot better. So that's 2-0 for the PenFed Gold Visa card. Okay, now let's talk about the PenFed Gold Visa card versus the Capital One Quicksilver One Cash Rewards credit card. Well, the thing here is that you got to understand that most everything, okay, the Capital One card offers is the opposite of the PenFed card. So the PenFed card has no annual fee and no rewards. The Capital One has no introductory APR and on balance transfers. So the PenFed card has a transfer fee, but the Capital One card does not. So the Capital One card has cash advance fees, but the PenFed does not. Okay, so because these two cards are so different, which is the right card for any given consumer will of course depend entirely on your circumstances. This is really important, okay? And one thing you need to understand is that the Capital One Quicksilver One has a very high APR though. The APR is 27.24% on balance transfers and purchases. So don't carry a balance. It's very important. So this is what it is. All right, folks, this is it for today's conversation here. I was talking to you about the PenFed Gold Visa card, okay? And the question is this card for you? Well, for those whose credit might not support better cards, and for those who are not really interested in rewards but may need a medium length balance transfer option, the PenFed Gold card provides a solid option, okay? But one thing I can tell you is that we have seen better credit cards, okay? And we have reviewed this topic at length, but there are way better credit cards than this PenFed Gold Visa card. All right, folks, this is it for today's conversation. I gave you in today's conversation the overview. I talk about the importance of Equifax for PenFed credit cards and loans, eligibility criteria, the hacks, the pro tips, the pros and cons, and the comparison. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.